once you get everybody who's healthy and off the weed.
Do you guys enjoy the taste of burnt boogers and semen?
If I wanted to see Michael Fassbender be gay with himself, I would have just watched Assassin's Creed again.
Birdfeed!
Hey everyone, Devin here with Birdfeed. Today we're going to talk about Avengers Infinity War and give our predictions, what we think is going to happen, any inside thoughts. We're going to go see it on the 26th, so the special Thursday night showing. We're pretty stoked, 13 days away, well at least I'm stoked. So we're going to discuss on it, of course. To my left,
Timothy.
to the far left, Michael there. But yeah, so obviously Avengers Infinity War is coming out, and it's a big event. It's already selling a lot more tickets combined than the last 7 Marvel movies.
Combined.
That's
insane.
That's including Black Panther.
Yes.
Which Black Panther is still...
that includes Civil War also.
And Civil War, yeah. Black Panther is still making quite a bit. It passed what, Titanic?
Yeah, that was
It passed
third,
Titanic.
right? Or third or second all time or something?
Yeah, so it's now third. I think it has The Force Awakens left, and what's one?
Oh, like what, international or domestic are you talking about?
Yeah, total.
Domestic total? Domestic total is still Force Awakens, isn't it? The number one domestic movie?
Probably. I know it's a Star Wars that it has to pass still.
Yeah,
But it's
Force
getting there.
Awakens.
It's definitely
Where is
getting
it
there.
at internationally? Anybody know?
It's doing well, but it's not like...
Is it even
Yeah.
top 10?
It's isn't it 1.18 billion or something like that?
Yeah.
Total? Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's still a lot, but it deserves everything it's getting. It's an amazing Marvel film.
We'll see when it comes down to award season where how it really does. Got to be interesting for that movie.
Definitely. And then, but yeah, so from the hype from Black Panther, we have Avengers Infinity War, which basically is a lead up from the past 10 years, especially with that end credit scene in Avengers, where we get a tease of Thanos, and then basically from there, Infinity Stones are thrown at us.
Did I tell you that when I saw Avengers in theaters, when that part happened, we turned around and he had the gauntlet on his hand? There's a girl in the theater who literally went, "Oh!" Like we're watching a horror movie or something. I was
No,
like, wow.
that was Age of Ultron. We were all there for Age of Ultron when he had the gauntlet.
Oh, no, when he turns around, he goes, I'm going to have to do this by myself or whatever, or do this myself.
Yeah, that's Ultron. Or when he turns around and smiles.
Yeah, doesn't he say, I'm going to have to do this myself?
No, he doesn't say anything. It's
okay.
the Kree guy that goes, we have to cork them to death.
Okay.
Which
Yeah, it was the first Avengers.
It was the first Avengers,
Whatever
okay.
happened, though, yeah. Yeah.
It was Winter Soldier where our coworker Chris pissed off that little kid because he already knew the end credit scenes. That's what I was referring to.
Okay.
Off topic.
We tried.
But yeah, so as for me, I'm probably the top nerd for Avengers Infinity War. I'm probably gonna be crying mad tears there.
No, man.
Hold on, Hope.
Michael and Shannon were making fun of me during Ready Player One during the trailer because I was like super invested. Then
Yeah, he was just like eating popcorn,
Yeah.
watching the preview.
Yeah, and then they're like, I'm like, well, your hero's gonna die, you know?
We don't know.
I'm not crying, you are.
I'm not crying, you are. But no, I'm extremely excited for it. My brief, quick prediction of who I think is gonna die. I have a feeling Captain America is gonna die. I really don't see him getting out of his one-on-one showdown with Thanos unless someone, breaks it up or whatever. But I have a feeling the Russo brothers are going to put an emotional ending to it with the death of Captain America. I think we're going to see the death of Loki as well. Because from that,
It's about time.
the last
I can see that.
the last official trailer we showed, Thanos basically had Thor by his head, and then the Black Order was surrounding Loki. And I have a feeling Loki gives him the Tesseract in exchange for Thor's life, but then Thanos still kills Loki.
Yeah, why not?
Because Loki failed.
Inconsequential.
Because Loki failed him in the first Avengers movie.
Mhm.
He was supposed to, take over Earth, so basically to get the remaining Infinity Stones, and then I think Vision dies as well. So I think those 3
Damn.
die.
Don't be so dark, man.
I already told you guys how I want the movie to end, and and that was super dark. Basically, Thanos having Captain America in a headlock,
He snaps his neck.
and then looks at the rest of the Avengers, says, you know, "Don't stop me," snaps his neck, and then black screen. I like things dark. Sorry.
I'm gonna go left field.
You're gonna go left
with the
field?
death. I know it won't happen, but Spider-Man.
You think Spider-Man's gonna die? I can see it.
Why not?
Why not? Even with the Iron Spider, I
Mhm.
can see it. You know.
Because I say for the Avengers, it's still
Doctor Strange better open up a portal and let it, like a different Spider-Man
Right.
through, because
Well,
that's gonna
that could be a
fucking
good
rinse him
idea,
off.
Miles Morales in the future. But I say this only because, for the most part, who's the most traumatized character in the entire Marvel series?
Like scared or traumatized?
Just traumatized for the most part.
Traumatized?
Or it can't really
I
do
would say
much.
Captain America is, but
Yeah, but
or Iron Man.
that's where I was gonna go.
Okay.
For the most part, everything falls on him. Especially if Spider-Man dies, or even if Captain America dies, everything falls on his shoulders at that point. Where he broke up the people can blame him for breaking up the Avengers.
True.
You're bringing a fucking child into this shit now,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
and
that's
he's
a
pretty much
toss-up.
would be the savior for everybody at the end because he's the kid. He's supposed to be the bright hope for anybody else left for the next generation of
Yeah.
heroes. He will be the next guy up, and if he dies, like you just said, with Captain America get his his neck snapped. What if he does that to Spider-Man? Because that one vision that they had in the Age of Ultron when we see Iron Man, everybody's dead and it's just him.
Yeah.
You can easily just say Spider-Man's right there in that too, and it's him by himself.
Easily.
Just put him by himself and like, what the hell am I gonna do now?
Yeah, because Spider-Man's basically Tony's responsibility. Like, obviously Tony built him the Spider-Man suit and obviously the Iron Spider suit.
Mhm.
Like, that's Tony's responsibility. Anything happens to him, and I'm pretty sure because at the end of Homecoming, Aunt May knows he's Spider-Man. So
Because isn't there like in the comics, because that's mostly everything surrounding Civil War, doesn't he die in something like in a crazy fight?
in Civil
Spider-Man.
War he doesn't die, but he's near death, and he almost
Because
gets.
he gets shot or something, doesn't he?
I believe, if I remember correctly, he gets shot, but he almost dies. Like, but he switches from Iron Man's when he almost dies. He goes from Iron Man to Captain America because he can't do it because he basically revealed himself to the public,
yeah.
to the public, in which then had dire consequences because then people are after Aunt May, people are after Mary Jane, every family friend he knew his enemies are after. They know how to get to him, and it was a mistake he made.
I think
Yeah.
with him, it's because he can do so much as being Spider-Man. If you think about it, he's just one of those characters that he really doesn't have a weakness, and especially now as a kid, that is his weakness. Him being a child with adults and aliens, that's his one thing is he thinks he can do it all. He just want to prove himself to everyone now, especially in a fight like this. I need to prove that I belong with this team.
Yeah,
That-
I could definitely see him going up, trying to take on Thanos himself. You know.
that you're that little clip that we saw where it says now you're an Avenger. You're an Avenger now.
Yeah.
Whatever Tony
But
says.
I do think this movie has something really important that it needs to do, and that is that they need to pull Iron Man back into the fold. He's at this point now where he's very fractured off of the rest of them. Like there's obviously people on his side, but at the end of Civil War, like you saw a person who, like he was just beside himself. You know, like him and Captain America, like maybe they're gonna make amends before whatever happens in the climax of this movie happens. But I think if someone like Spider-Man were to die, like you're just gonna see Tony Stark go more and more off the reserve. I think if Captain America were to die, I think that would be something that would say like, shit, like this is what this guy was fighting for. Like he wanted to defend this planet no matter what.
Yeah.
That was his end goal. But I also think if someone like Spider-Man would die, like maybe he would see the error of his ways, be like, oh, I caused this also, just like I
Yeah.
caused Ultron.
I think you could use either two, but I think it would be more traumatic if it was.
It'd
I
be
know
more traumatic
Spider-Man.
for him.
Yeah, I just don't. I just don't. They like I said, they probably won't do it. But if he dies, I think they could use something with it, and especially at least in the Spider universe, you could bring in other Spider-Man, so it wouldn't be the end of it. Maybe to his character, and like, well, damn, that was harsh. just killing the kid.
And then they have
It's a child dying, literally.
Yeah, they have the perfect end credit scene too.
Yeah.
See, Spider-Man Returns this fall for PS4.
Reference to a previous birthday video.
Yes. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. No, I can see them killing Spider-Man easily because there's still no true. If I'm probably wrong, but I believe I have not heard anything yet on an official confirmation for a second Spider-Man movie. Obviously, we had a teaser at the end of Homecoming for another villain, but that doesn't mean it has to be Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Yeah. It can be Miles Morales, who was not name mentioned, but he's in the MCU because the Donald Glover's character was Miles Morales' uncle.
And Venom, where's that timeline? Where is this before this last Avengers?
Let's throw out the MCU timeline completely. It doesn't matter,
As for Venom right now, I really don't know. And then there's also rumors that
he's in Venom, that he pops up in there.
Yeah, and there's also rumors that Ant-Man and Wasp takes place before Avengers.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have that.
I'm sorry, I hate the MCU timeline. Like I love that people say like, okay, this was 1 year, and then this is 46 years, and then this is another half
even
year.
the Incredible Hulk technically is in this timeline too, because the Hulk references in the first Avengers.
Confusing. But yeah, I mean, I guess with their timeline, they could explain away the fact that maybe Peter Parker is in Venom, but he could still die in Avengers. But then you take away levity for the movie Venom, so that gets confusing too.
Right.
So I mean, it's possible. I could see them doing it.
And I guess for like the Peter Parker moment in Venom, I guess it's brief. It's not like
it's just like a cameo.
Yeah,
he was there for like a day of filming or something like that.
So I don't think that's too much.
I think he is signed on for 4 movies though. So that
who the kid?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Yeah. Technically, this is his third. So, Civil War, Spider-Man, Avengers: Infinity War, and but he's
cameos don't count towards their contract though. Like Captain America's cameo in Thor 2.
I don't count that as a cameo. I count that him as in a film. I don't know how they count as in films. If they're in a film.
But that's what I'm saying. Captain America, like him appearing in Thor 2, that didn't count towards his contract.
Yeah. Well, that was a 5-second thing though.
Well,
Spider-Man
we don't know if he's there for
Spider-Man
1 day
has
filming.
a full scene in Brooklyn, then the full scene in.
I'm talking about in Venom. Like, so this is number 3, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't think Venom would count.
No. Yeah, Venom wouldn't count. If he's signed up for 4, his 4th is going to be the 4th Avengers movie.
Yeah. The same way how Captain America has.
And people are like, well, we already know who's not going to die and die in the movies because Avengers: Infinity War has the same cast.
But it could
That's
be
what I was going off
flashbacks too.
But they can be flashbacks. Is exactly right.
But do we really think it's gonna be that big? Like it's gonna be that many flashbacks though? I'm simply talking about Captain America because we know he's gonna be in the following movie.
Which I try not to like theorize too much. But obviously with Doctor Strange, he has the time stone. There is rumors that they deal with time travel, and they supposedly Avengers 4 title people want it to be revealed during
the
end credits scene.
I could see them doing that too,
which I would love to.
Yeah,
I personally don't see it happening, but it'd be awesome if it did.
So
and because the Russo brothers have said the title of the 4th Avengers movie is a spoiler.
Which sounds like it's a spoiler for what happens in Infinity War. That's what I'm guessing. So I think once that's revealed, like, oh, that makes sense. After what we just saw, that makes sense.
So if he can go back in time, he can go in the future. Does that mean he can also jump to different universes, like multi-universes?
I'm not sure. So
I think he can in the comics.
Supposedly, yeah.
Do in the movies. I
don't know if they are gonna in the Avenger movies.
I'm still thinking just a Spider-Man where how could you bring in like another Spider, even if it's not Miles Morales? How do you bring in that
Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, there you go. Not Tobey Maguire.
Tobey.
Damn it.
Emo Spider-Man.
I was about to say, if we got emo Spider-Man Avengers, I'm gonna walk out
in the black suit. He has to be in the symbiote suit.
You get the guy from That 70s Show. I'll be happy.
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace, bring him back.
I just want to see Topher Grace and Tom Hardy fight as Venom. Like they're Venom. You will not defeat me, brother.
Yeah, bro. Spit this
If
entire
Tom
film
Hardy
in the
has the same
cockpit.
Bane voice in Venom, like,
That'd be awesome.
it would be awesome. I
Just
really
give
hope.
him the mask.
Yeah.
This is how I fucking sound when I have a mask on. Sorry.
I'm Venom. Rah. Brother.
That's how British people sound under
They bring
masks.
Carnage in and brought like your back.
Oh, did you hear the rumor who may be Carnage?
Mm-mm.
If the rumor is because I guess Woody Harrelson's casted in Venom.
Cool.
Supposedly his character is Carnage.
Interesting.
And it's a
Interesting.
Carnage versus Venom movie, basically.
The
Interesting.
next one or this one?
This one.
Okay.
I like Woody Harrelson as an actor. I picture Carnage as younger and less bald, but
Can I just get like Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell from Three Billboards?
Yeah. Yeah. Sam Rockwell just playing a bad guy is awesome.
Well, Sam Rockwell technically is the MCU too. He's
he's
Justin Hammer.
Justin Hammer. Iron Man 2.
That's right.
Best
Which,
villains ever.
Right, Justin Hammer.
Mhm.
Technically, should have been the villain too, because he has his own Iron Man suit that he builds.
Yeah. And he just
in the
got he
comics.
just went to jail, right?
Yeah, he just went to jail. So
He could come back. He was a good. I actually liked him as
he
a
was
villain,
really good. Yeah, him and Whiplash. I was hoping like that was the ending of Iron Man 2. Him and Whiplash
That team
showed up in their team suits and they had
Oh,
like
yeah.
this big royale battle with War Machine and Iron Man.
That's the one thing the MCU is missing out is like bringing back some badass villains, like the cool ones. I mean, there's only been like 3 or 4 at this
Right.
point, but
I'd be okay with the
Bring back Rhino. There you go.
oh my god, Paul
Sinister
Giamatti.
Six,
Yeah.
the movie that never happened. They teased the shit out of it though.
I can't get over Paul Giamatti as the Rhino.
Of course, they kill Killmonger.
Right, one of the best villains they've
He's
had
great.
in a very long time. Which Michael Keaton's Vulture was really good too.
I love Vulture.
But Killmonger was like
Vulture's very Spider-Man.
Killmonger
specific,
was up there as the MCU standard for Loki. Or,
Any
how
chance
Loki
they could
was.
bring him back? Like, is
I
there
mean, Doctor
For
Strange
Black-
the time zone, but that's
though. Who knows? That's a stretch, but
That's
you
a-
never know.
villain wise? Does anybody care about it? I think would be the thing.
Bring back Obadiah Stane. Toner.
Tony.
Toner. That guy was a great villain, right? I'm just kidding. He was terrible.
I want the Mandarin. That's what I'm.
Yes.
We want the
Aldrich
real
Killian.
The
man.
real one.
Which by the way we watched on the Red Skull. People keep these were
I
before,
liked Red Skull.
This is before I stopped reading like theories and people's rumors. There was a rumor that Red Skull appears.
You
in
told me
Infinity
that.
War
Which I'd be down with, dude. Like I thought he was
because
one
he
of the
does
better
get
villains.
he does get poofed into space at the end of the first Avenger.
Well, like one of the biggest problems the MCU has is like they're the end of the movies. It's always like, okay, here's the good guy, and he pairs off against the bad guy who's exactly the same person as him. Like, how many movies did that?
yeah,
Spider-Man was one of the movies that
Mhm.
didn't. Black Panther, unfortunately, definitely did that. Iron Man did that. Iron Man 2 did that. Iron Man 3 basically did
Right.
also. But like, Red Skull was totally different from Captain America. Like, I think he's a pretty iconic villain. I would love to see him come back. And,
Right.
and Loki
Ultron
was the antithesis of Thor too, which is kind of cool.
Ultron was sort of different, I guess you could give him, just with
Yeah.
his whole idea.
Ultron
Ultron
the
started
idea of
off
Ultron was
good
awesome.
until he became joke wisecracky.
Yeah.
until he
And-
became too human a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
I think for Thanos, which I'm liking a lot right now, is they're not showing a lot. Supposedly, what the Russo brothers are trying to explain the movie as best they can without spoilers is it's basically a Thanos movie. Like
Yeah.
Thanos
It's all
is a
about him.
major part of the movie and has a lot of it. So we're gonna probably see quite a bit of Thanos' mindset and sympathize for him. But at the same time, it's like, how are they gonna stop him? Like, I don't see anyone going toe to toe with him.
How's that possible?
They
Yeah.
haven't portrayed any character strong enough to do it.
Right.
You want to know what's funny? When
I'd like to
when
see.
I think
I'd like to
about-
see the Hulk and him have some moments, like Hulkbuster Hulk against Thanos. That seems like a very cool scene, which could definitely happen.
Right. Definitely could happen.
the one thing when you look at the trailers and it's like they're showing Thanos and his whole thing is what, to cleanse the world, the universe,
Just
Yeah,
destroy it,
so
Get rid of
destroy
it.
it to make it better.
I rewatched the first Avengers with my kids the other day, and what caught my attention was that end credit scene when we first introduced Thanos, the leader of the Kree, he said to deal with the humans basically is to court them to death. And in the comics, Thanos has this basically crazy mindset that he's in love with Death. Death is a woman, basically an entity that he believes in, and to win her love, he must kill for her. And to do that, she tells him that he needs to kill half the universe. And in the trailer, Gamora says that his only goal ever is to destroy half the universe, and if he gets all the Infinity Stones, he can do this snap of a finger. Which I was like, yes, I hope we see Lady Death in there, because Lady Death is iconic in the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet storyline.
That could be trippy. And cool.
Yeah, and you can see like in the reason why they call him the Mad Titan, because he's crazy. You know, he's not necessarily here because he just doesn't like people. He's trying to win the love of, you know, someone he loves. He's trying to win their love, and to do is to kill half their. Because he's even said in the trailers, you know, half of humanity is gonna be gone by the time I'm done with this.
Yep.
And what's funny when I look at the trailers and just there's people who actually believe like what he's saying, like they literally will follow him. Like even that little clip where they show him holding like
The
a
Black
little
Order, yep.
like a little kid's hand, like a little alien, whatever.
That's Gamora.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay, sorry.
What I think about this is, you remember Apocalypse? Thanos is
Try
what
not to.
Apocalypse should have been.
Try not to remember that, but
I just when I look at how they're portraying Thanos, that's what Apocalypse should have been.
yeah. Oh yeah,
That's exactly what Apocalypse.
Ryan
should
Singer
have
and the
been.
X-Men.
Like
Wasn't even
that
close.
scene they kept showing in the previews for X-Men Apocalypse when he's like got his hand on her and he's pushing down and
Yeah.
he's throwing. That should have been like that should have been his character the whole time, but we got very little of that.
Yeah, they missed the ball on.
He's just
on
a dude.
Apocalypse
He's just a
completely.
dude who wanted to lay in a pyramid.
That's all it was. That's all it
There
was.
you go.
Yep.
I'm in it.
Exactly. But I like that you brought that up. I didn't know that that they were writing it as basically like from Thanos' perspective out, because they say like the best writing is like you write the antagonist first and you write it from their perspective, and then you kind of flip that on its head, because you have to have a good bad guy, and there is a way of looking at it where you can say like, okay, so the people that are with Thanos, like to them they're their hero, or he's their hero, which that makes sense. Like they come from a totally different fucking realm than we do, like a different understanding of the way the universe works.
And I think at this point we can't have him like near the end of the movie just all right, it's a showdown now. Like no, we've legitimately seen him maybe 2 minutes total in the entire cinematic of Marvel.
We haven't seen much.
He has to be a focal point of the movie, or it's literally not going to make any
The
kind
most
of
there's not gonna be that weight.
The most screen time you get him is in Guardians of the Galaxy.
2 or 1?
One.
One. That's right. Yeah.
That's the most screen time you get is him, because he's in an end credit in Avengers 1, end credit in Avengers 2.
Yeah, and now it does make sense that Guardians of the Galaxy will be in this movie, because they will kind of usher that storyline in a little bit better.
because they've been in outer space the entire
They
time.
live in his world,
Yeah.
basically.
So I'm extremely excited for the movie. I have been like anxious, and anxiety kicks in. I'm like starting to think about it. I'm like, fuck, man, this movie. I hope the Russo brothers they pull the heartstrings. Like I hope it's that, and
I don't know.
yeah, because I'm like
I feel like you gotta live up to that moment, because like this is one of those like movie events. Honestly, something like this has never happened before.
right.
10 like a culmination of 10 years of films.
10 years.
That many movies. Yeah, 10 years of movies, and comic books have gone back
This is
for
movie
so
19.
many years.
If he doesn't die in this particular movie, let's say he dies in part 2, would you feel cheated?
No. I probably would still have the same like emotional
Okay,
attachment.
I personally will be annoyed if somebody doesn't die. I'm not just
I will agree with that. I will be annoyed if someone doesn't die.
Why though?
because
I
man,
don't
like,
want a Quicksilver death either. Like Quicksilver was just a.
that was such a
I actually feel like, to be honest, I feel like nobody will die in this one. I for whatever reason, I just don't see it.
I'm okay if no one dies if it's a cliffhanger, like someone's about to die.
I feel like that's cheap too, though, man. Like
I'm okay with that. A lot of people are like,
Do you want to know who it may die at that
someone
point?
says someone's been, there's a big debate. People say, well, the Russo brothers said they're 2 separate movies, so they can't be cliffhanger. I'm like, technically, it's 2 separate movies. There's 2 separate titles. It's not a part 1, part 2, but at the same time, they filmed it back to back.
yeah, but that gets annoying too, because for one, we have Infinity War, and then we're gonna have
cacti.
we're gonna have like what two more Marvel movies till the second part comes out. Or
Which
is it
may
just
not
one?
even reference
Yeah.
Avengers at
I just-
all.
Well, technically 3 because it'd be Ant-Man and Wasp, Venom, Captain Marvel.
There you go. In which more
Technically
timeline
all
crap.
3 of them more than likely to take place before Avengers.
Because like Game of Thrones, I don't think is the most amazing show in the world, but I've watched every episode up
Shut
until
your
now.
goddamn mouth.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Get
It's
off my
great.
got mouth, bro.
God. Nice. Okay. Well done, sir.
Well done.
I'll just call it HBO incest.
But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But what I do appreciate about that show is they're not afraid to fucking kill anybody. Like there are some people that are like there are through lines that have been there since the beginning, but like they'll kill people, and they don't leave that as a cliffhanger. The only one that really comes close was Jon Snow.
I was about to say, have you gotten there yet, Timothy?
yeah, I finished. Like,
Okay,
I actually
okay.
caught it.
Yeah,
You
so
got
that Jon
caught.
Snow cliffhanger, like
To me, that was cheap. I wanted him to be
you
dead.
didn't like that?
I wanted him to be
I
dead
was-
because that's what Marvel would do. That like
No
that's
more
what
pissed
pissed
off
me
he
off.
was begging
Yeah,
his
Yeah,
sisters,
that's exactly what
but
Marvel would do.
whatever.
Like, oh shit, it looks like Iron Man is about to die. Let's see what happens in part 2, and then come back and he's just like on a walker and he's like, "Good job, Captain America. We're doing this again. Give me my suit. I'm good to go." That's how they write movies, and like I just want to see them not pull punches. Dude,
and
like I didn't want Rhodey to die, but I wanted somebody to die in Civil War too.
I wanted someone to die
guy.
in
Nope,
Civil
can't.
Well, the
Affirmative
thing is in Civil War is
crap.
There you go.
I remember I was talking about Civil War, and I was like, I know they're not going to do it, but they should have killed Captain America in Civil War.
That would have been like
And see-
and have Bucky like walk off like shit. Like that would have been such a cool ending. Like
And that's why I
not that
brought
I
up,
wanted him to die either.
would you be upset or feel cheated if he didn't die in this movie? For the simple fact that everyone who watched Civil War probably read the comics know he dies in that movie. The whole thing was him and Iron Man. He dies.
Yes.
So if for him to die in this particular movie now,
And,
like,
and watching the
what?
movie, I knew he wasn't going to die after Crossbones died.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
That
like, nope,
makes
he's
sense.
not going to.
'Cause
Because
that would've been- that
Crossbones,
would've been the way to
Crossbones
take
was the one
him
that
out.
killed him out, yeah. And at first on them, I was like, maybe Zemo. Maybe we would get like an actual Zemo, but...
Okay, and something else you brought up before too is once whatever Infinity War Part 2 is, once that's over, that's the end of like this era of Marvel movies.
And that's
right?
what Russo Brothers is saying. This is the end.
So
Like,
you have to kill. I'm sorry, like I would
Yeah.
kill 2 or 3 people off in this movie. Like this is from somebody I like these characters, but they don't like. It's not going to mean a ton to me.
and the actors themselves know that time.
Yeah,
like
their
they can't do
contracts-
this forever. Like,
Robert Downey Jr. is in his 50s
yeah,
now. Like
yeah.
something's got to
Sherlock
give.
Holmes. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm waiting for part 3.
And like, and even if they do kill somebody off, like these movies are such bullshit anyways. Like the next movie comes around, like fucking Doctor Strange is like, "No, come back to life. I'm gonna resurrect you, Spider-Man." Like whatever. Like it does. They can kill
Now I
somebody
want
just to
Benedict
add.
Cumberbatch to do a southern accent.
Oh, damn it! I'm Benedict Cumberbatch. I was unsure I could do
Oh,
it.
Tad!
Nick Saban, give me the power.
Nick Saban
I'm the
power!
captain of the ship now.
Use your championship rings!
Where's Gavin when you need him?
Fuck the Infinity Gauntlets. I got 16 rings in Alabama.
Mammer!
Where's your goddamn door? That's the source of all your power.
Just as long as there's dramatic levity to this movie, like I want there to be a good cliffhanger, not an unearned cliffhanger.
Okay,
you know?
I agree.
So,
Go.
your cliffhanger. Do you guys literally want somebody at near death, and when it goes to black, part 2, we're gonna see them die like within that first 20 minutes?
I mean, it could be
That for me, that's okay. I think where Mike wants, if don't correct me if I'm wrong, cliffhanger wise, maybe like a dramatic moment where you see Thanos, he gets all the stones,
Okay.
yeah.
and then it goes to black.
Yeah,
Like,
and you see like Tony Stark like standing over someone's dead body and being like or so, like them all rising
Like
up.
he-
to
or
the
even
left.
better
Like he
is
picks up
is
the
the
one
snap
off of
of the
Vision and put it on his that's the final stone. His Vision stone.
Yeah, because
the Soul Stone is the
Yeah,
last one
if
they're
he
talking
has
about.
all of them, that could be pretty.
Yeah.
That could be
I'm just
pretty
saying,
bad.
like, but how you looking at like somebody's like badly hurt, like near death, and Tony's like trying to. Next thing you know, he's picking up a stone off of Vision, puts it in his glove. He's like,
Yeah,
And
And
that-
a very
that
good
would be-
cliffhanger I
that'd be
can,
an
I can see
ending.
happening is Thanos with the snap of the finger thing again, because he does that in the comics. So he gets all the stones, snaps his finger, and then it goes black. That
I
would.
think that would be cheap though because
God damn it, Timothy! No.
The credits just roll. Like,
I'm just because at that point you know when part 2 comes, half the
Come on,
universe
Doctor
is
Strange.
destroyed.
well, yeah, half the universe is dead.
So where's the movie then though? Like how are we
hey,
really?
don't worry. The Infinity War Part 2 is Doctor Strange.
I'm
Rewind
assuming-
the time.
Turn that time back. Well, he doesn't have
So
the
how-
stone, so he can't
That's
do
right.
that.
Oh, no.
So and why doesn't he die? He's just a
Other
fucking-
dimension.
But it never happened.
Here's where you get your dimensions, Timothy.
Is he
Real quick.
He's just a doctor who lost his hands. He lost a feeling in his hands.
my eyes.
I think that would be a cheap way to go out. Him
Just-
snapping his fingers.
Just Doctor Strange holding up a portal. You got fucking.
And then
She-Hulk.
in part 2, I'm waiting for him to somebody just to go reverse time. I'm like, that's lame,
Yeah,
right?
that would be very lame. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I mean, yeah, it's cool to see like, okay, so I'm feeling like,
but
the
like,
universe.
I see where he's going with
But
that.
there's no reason for a part 2 to literally just let it be the bad guy wins at this
It
point.
just says the end.
Might as well. Because where do you go to say?
Spider-Man returns.
There you go. Hey guys, it's Peter Parker. You from the neighborhood Spider-Man.
It's me, friendly neighborhood Spider. What do you guys do? You're not the Avengers. Oh, okay. Oh.
Somehow Peter Parker is Mickey Mouse.
There you go.
Pretty close.
Oh, I love my nerd conversations with you guys.
Yeah, they're great.
I appreciate
Good
it.
job, guys.
For some reason, I want
Also,
Spider-Man to die.
internet.
To me, it makes sense. I don't know why.
You just want
I
Spider-Man.
thought you loved Spider-Man.
Yeah, Timothy wants Spider-Man to fail everywhere. PS4, MCU.
I like Toby.
He likes Toby.
I see where this is going.
Yeah, it's a Toby love fest over here. what about Electro? I thought you liked Electro. Or no, or was that Jared who liked Electro?
I could see Jared liking Electro.
Yeah. Like it was
Let's move on.
let's move on.
Where's Jared at? He used to
Wrap
be
it
on this
up.
podcast, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Jared.
But yeah, so I mean, we'll wrap it up here for Avengers. We're half an
Tangent.
hour on talk there. It could probably go on forever. But yeah, so let us know in the comments what you think is going to happen for Avengers: Infinity War. Maybe if it's not too late, we will have a review.
Yeah, we'll try to do that as soon as we watch the movie, if possible.
Yeah, if possible, right after. I'm down for that.
Yeah, we'll
I
try
don't
to
have-
keep it
I don't have
quick.
my kiddos, yeah.
We'll do spoiler-free sections of the review.
Yeah, and I can get that uploaded pretty quick too. So, but yeah, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Leave us any comments. Again, follow us on Birdfeed PC on Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud. Because the last few videos have gotten that wrong. And everything else, and keep out looking for more content from us. Especially, we're going to look into possibly talking about some Twitch streaming.
Working on all that.
That's right. Get that money. Oh, right, no hand. Get that money. Catch money. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Have a good
Hurry
night.
up, Devin! Close the portal!
Close the portal! Close the video!
Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to Birdfeed PC. All our pages on SoundCloud, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube are all Birdfeed PC, all lowercase, all one word.